Hi YouTube, and thank you for clicking on this video. So today's video I wanted to make for a long time and kind of talk about it and be honest just from what I learned in school and what I see working with clients about the controversial product St. Ives Apricot Scrub. So everybody has heard about this, everybody's used it probably, everybody knows someone that uses it. And I noticed that looking on YouTube, just kind of about other videos, other people who have talked about this, a lot of people say that it's bad and a lot of people are kind of condemning it just like everybody else is. But then there's just as many channels where this is included as part of their like everyday skincare routine. So if you're interested in seeing my opinion as a professional on St. Ives Apricot Scrub, then keep watching. Okay, so first of all, I have notes on my phone, so just so I make sure that I cover all the points. So first things first with St. Ives Apricot Scrub is it is advertised as an apricot scrub, but the last ingredient is apricots. So it's already kind of one of my main issues with products is that if you're going to advertise yourself to be, this is like the apricot is the star of the show, the apricot is the last ingredient. So what you're buying is barely an apricot scrub as it is, because apricots have their own skin benefits, but you're definitely not getting it from this product. So I just think that's crazy. And they said that they are a non-comedogenic product, which basically means non-comedogenic means that it doesn't clog your pores. So I know everything claims that it doesn't clog your pores, but there's an actual set of standards a product has to meet in order to be labeled as non-comedogenic. So St. Ives Apricot Scrub said that they passed all the tests, and then it came out later that they weren't. So it is a pore clogging product because the particles in it are too small to not clog your pores. So they're already kind of selling you a lie on, yep, this is apricot scrub, which we know that it's not, and they're telling you that it's not clogging your pores, where especially when they have a daily facial scrub and they have an acne control version of the scrub, how are you going to start off an acne control scrub with something that's going to make acne worse? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so this part of the story is kind of what I would say went viral. So basically, there was a lawsuit against St. Ives Apricot Scrub that it was causing micro tears in the skin. So a lot of people, I think, especially the ones who are still using it, don't truly understand what a micro tear is and what it does. So basically, the top layer of your skin is your stratum corneum, and this is the layer that protects you from like outside invasion. So think like infections. If you get a scratch, the stratum corneum heals really fast. That's why if you get like a paper cut, it only hurts for maybe a couple hours and then it's gone. So the stratum corneum is an extremely important part of your skin. It's on the outside, like this is what interacts with the whole world. So what is a micro tear? Basically, when you're using walnut shell powder, it's not a jojoba bead or something made in a lab where it's a bunch of mimicked perfectly like tiny squares. I mean, not squares, spheres, tiny spheres. A tiny sphere is a controlled shape where every particle is the same size and same shape. Whereas when you're grinding up walnut shells, you can't control how actually sharp these walnut shells come out and what shape they're in and how many are per like one pump in the product. You can't control any of those variables. So when you're using walnut shell powder, you're basically just scraping your skin. It's like exfoliating with sand. Like, we know particles of sand aren't all the same size, they're not all the same shape. That's exactly how the scrub is. You're basically just ripping off your skin with scrub, and the micro tears are what is coming up after the fact, after you've over exfoliated the skin. So it's already extremely important to keep that layer healthy because of what everything does, what it does for your body. But with the micro tears in it, they cause so many other problems that you wouldn't even necessarily relate to the scrub. So for example, acne is, and by definition, an infection of the sebaceous gland. If all of your sebaceous glands are over exfoliated and there's little tiny tears in all of them, you're more likely to get acne. And I know that a lot of people say that this product cleared my skin, like my skin looks great after. Yes, it does right now. A lot of things will clear your skin right away, and then the side effects are what starts coming in later. That's one of those situations. So those micro tears that you don't want to say is caused by the product, those little tears that are all over your face, those are going to cause acne later on. Now, the main thing I don't want you to confuse about the micro tears is that this is something that can only cause acne, so it only affects people with acne. So when you have small tears in your skin, you're basically exposing it to what is called TOOL. So TOOL is called, it's basically trans epidermal water loss. This means that no matter what kind of products you're using, no matter how many expensive creams and hydrating serums and facials you get, your skin is physically not able to keep the water in. So you put all these great products on your face, you're drinking your water, you're eating good, super great, but because you have so many little tears all over your face, your skin is physically not retaining the water. So that is one thing to think about if you're an Apricot scrub user and you find that no matter what you do, your skin is not keeping moisturized. That's one of the main reasons why. And also, when you're doing this long term, it can cause premature aging because you're stripping that layer of your skin, you're stripping your oils and your moisture. All of these things long term age your skin, and because your barrier is so damaged, that stratum corneum that I talked about, to have damage from environmental factors. So like the sun, pollution, smoking, things like that, that layer of your skin is normally protecting you from, you're not getting that protection. So premature aging is almost inevitable with this product. And so there is a reason that I am talking about micro tears and what they are so much. Now, in 2018, there was a lawsuit filed against St. Ives Apricot Scrub alleging that this product was causing micro tears to the skin, and defense on that side argued that this product was similar to using sandpaper on your skin, which, as an esthetician, I will agree it is like using sandpaper on your skin. But in this trial, the only reason that St. Ives got off on this case was because they argued in court that anything can cause micro tears. So imagine like going to a restaurant and you get food poisoning and you know exactly this restaurant is what caused the food poisoning, but then you lose in court because technically anything you eat can make you sick. That's basically how that verdict went, and the judge already argued that micro tears don't cause damage, that unless you can prove like a direct side effect from having micro tears in your skin, that basically everybody has them and everybody is perfectly fine. So this case already wasn't really set up from like a skincare professional point of view. It was just people testing out a scrub for 2 weeks, keep in mind. So you can do a lot of things for 2 weeks and have no damage from it, but long term you're going to see that damage, I should say. If you overuse a product for 2 weeks, you might be fine those first 2 weeks, but then after time goes by is when you're going to see all those effects. So I already kind of feel like it was an unfair trial based on the fact that it wasn't long enough and there wasn't enough participants in the trial, and that everybody was already kind of biased, saying that they don't understand the skin and how it works. So they're basically arguing that, well, micro tears aren't that bad because everybody has them and every product will give you micro tears. So honestly, the main point of making this video is because I said in my very first video about why I made the channel that there's a lot of dangerous skincare advice on YouTube and on Instagram and all these places, and I truly believe that St. Ives Apricot Scrub is one of those dangerous advice things, say, that everybody gives. As an esthetician, when I work on someone's skin and they tell me they're a St. Ives Apricot Scrub user, honestly, before they even tell me, most of the time I can tell, but their skin is just stripped and dry and raw, and it doesn't absorb product. It doesn't extract at all because you have no oil and you basically have no top layer. So if you have clogged pores and you feel like your skin needs to be extracted, you can't extract someone who's that raw because there's nothing there, nothing's going to come out. So I honestly recommend, if you still have the scrub and you can't part with it, you don't want to waste it on your money, use it on your feet. Just your feet, or maybe like exfoliate your legs after you shave them or something. But honestly, save your skin the trauma. Living is traumatic enough for the skin. Everything we do every day is aging and wearing on the skin. You don't need something that's going to be this abrasive on top of it. Look into other exfoliant options. Look into chemical exfoliants, like an acid and a cleanser instead of a scrub, especially if you're coming off of this product. Your skin needs time to heal and recover and get healthy again before you start exfoliating again. So I would recommend just stop using the product, do your research on other exfoliants, and just stay safe, because this product needs to be off the market and it's never going to be. And there's always going to be people on the internet telling you to use it and telling you that it's okay. But I've noticed firsthand that when I have clients that stop using it, they immediately notice a huge difference in the quality of their skin. And it's not worth it to risk your own health in your own face for something like that. Just because it worked for someone else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. So at the end of the day, you just want to stay safe, listen to the lawsuit, listen to why this even all happened in the first place, and just get rid of the product.